Okay guys, what's up? These are going to be 5 ways on how you could attract a Taurus male. And the reason why I gave 10 facts for the last video on how to attract a Taurus female and only 5 for a male is because, like I said before, I never dated a Taurus male. I always had a lot of Taurus males interested in me. I just never took that initial step forward just because, like I always say, I find them kind of emotional. So no offense to any Taurus males out here that's watching this. That's just my personal opinion. My personal opinion. I just find you guys a little emotional. But yeah, the first way on how you can attract your Taurus male is being a lady. Girl, be a lady, okay? Shut your mouth. Stop being so loud. Like, girl, nobody want to hear you. Seriously, be a lady, okay, when dealing with the Taurus male. So with that is speak. I wouldn't say you have to speak with elegance because this is not the 1920s, but just carry yourself as a lady, you know. Cross your legs. Lotion. Make sure that you have a lotion on, because let me tell you, Taurus guys, you pay attention to little stuff like that. So make sure you're not ashy. Make sure that there's nothing like in your teeth, and make sure just make sure you're very, very well grown. Make sure that you carry yourself well around a Taurus male. Not saying you have to carry yourself like freaking Marilyn Monroe or something like that, but just make sure that you look presentable. Be the woman that you want your son to date. Well, I don't know like the kind of woman y'all will want y'all son to date, but just be elegant, when dealing with the Taurus male. Don't be, I don't know, just don't be one of them girls that's, it's lit. It's like, no, they don't like stuff like that. Second way on how to attract your Taurus male is being independent. What Webby say? INDEP. Let me stop. But seriously, being independent. Taurus males, they love a woman that's independent because your Taurus male has a life of his own. So he expects you to have a life of your own. So let's say if you're always at work or something like that, your Taurus male, yeah, they may think like, dang, they're always at work. But let's say you have a life outside of work, where you go out with your girlfriends, you go to the gym, you just have like an interesting life about you. Your Taurus male is going to want to be a part of that. They're going to be looking at it like, dang, like, my girl, like, she be having some fun. Like, I want to be a part of that. Like, that's how they're going to look at it. Like, So, yeah, like, have an interesting life about yourself. Don't cling on to a Taurus male. Do not. Because if you cling on to a Taurus male, you're going to scare him away. Let me say this again. If you cling on to a Taurus male, you're going to scare him away. Taurus males is just like us Taurus females. We do not like clinginess. We do not. Give us our space. Like I always say, if your Taurus does not hit you up, then you know where you stand. Tauruses, we're more of an action person than a verbal person. So your Taurus may not directly tell you that you're being annoying, but trust me, they'll definitely show it in their actions. Definitely. If you were annoying your Taurus male, he will probably show it in his actions by not contacting you. And if you're unsure, if you're annoying your Taurus male, your Taurus male isn't like an air sign where they'll like play games around with you. Your Taurus male will tell you, yes, like you are being a tad bit clingy. If they tell you that, back up. Don't take it personal. Don't try to go off. Don't try to say, well, what you mean I'm being, like, don't do that. Don't just say like, okay, I'm being a little bit clingy. Let me back up. Once your Taurus male tells you that you were being clingy, let him initiate contact with you. Because if you do that, your Taurus male is going to think, I hope I didn't hurt her feelings. Let me go make things right with her, and let's just, Tauruses, we are very, very understandable, but it's better if you nip it in the bud when it first starts, the clinginess. Know right away what sets your male Taurus off right away, so when down the road he would not go running for the hills. The fourth way on how you can attract a Taurus male is being good in bed. And guys, I never had sex with a Taurus male before, but I know with me being a Taurus female, us Tauruses, we look at sex the same thing as food. So this is going to be hand in hand. If you want to attract your Taurus male, be good in bed and be good in the kitchen, both. So you don't have to be like, you know, like that female, you know, that has like a little apron on every time he comes in the kitchen, but just be like, you don't have to be, but it's better if like just be a decent cook. And when I say a cook, I'm not talking about spaghetti and meatballs every night. I mean, like noodles and meatballs. I'm talking about a good cook. If that's what you like to make, fine. But it would be better if you made it from scratch. So if you're dating a Taurus male, he loves food. Okay, he loves food. You want to get to his heart, he loves food. So if you know you could throw down in the kitchen, instead of y'all going out for that first date, and this is what I said in my last video about trying to get a Taurus female, invite you out for dinner or something, and like, you know, let's say you let him choose, or he say, you know, you could choose. Ladies, the safest way to go about this, if you really want to attract your Taurus male right off the front, is make a home cooked meal. Home cooked. I'm not talking about anything from the box, anything from the bag, anything from, you know, no, I'm talking about home cooked mashed potatoes, home cooked everything. If it's not home cooked, then fine. But the reason why I say home cooked is because Tauruses, we look at food and sex hand in hand. We feel like food and sex says a lot about that person. Trust me, a lot. So we eat your food and we feel like, you know, this is some good food. We're gonna take you a lot more serious. Like, yo, this person could cook. Like, they have good taste. And Tauruses, we have good taste. So we're gonna look at it as like, yo, like, you know, they have good taste. Like with this food, like, oh my God, like, you know. Same thing with sex. We feel like if you know what you're doing in bed, we're gonna be like, okay, this person has good taste. Now let's say if this is the opposite. Let's say you're not good in the kitchen, you're not good in bed. We're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at it as you're not in tune with yourself. If we look at it as you're not in tune with yourself, we're not really going to be able to take you completely serious. I know this sounds bad, but it's the truth. And with the Taurus, like I said before, if you really want to know if you really want to know where you stand with the Taurus, just ask them. Okay, just ask them, you know, like, what you think about my cooking? And tell them to be honest. Because Tauruses, we don't really like confrontation. So let's say we're eating it. We're like, oh, no, it's good. And then, you know, give us like a serious eye. Like, no, seriously, what do you think about my cooking? Then we'll be like, and then we'll tell you what we really think. But if we're like, no, like, it's really good. Take our word. Like, no, it's good. Same thing about sex. I don't know how many of you guys feel comfortable talking about sex outside of the bedroom. But just ask them, like, you know, what you think about it. And he say, you know, like, about what? Like, you know, the sex. And he's like, you know, it was good. Like, no, seriously, like, you know, what did you think about it? He's like, you know, it's good. He'll most likely be like, like, you know, but Taurus start, you know, being like, you know, they're about to tell you something that's really the truth. And let me tell y'all, if y'all not good in bed or not good in the kitchen, don't be afraid. Don't run for the hills. Just work on it. Tauruses, we are willing to work with anyone, because like I said before, we love long relationships. With a Taurus male, it may not seem like it because he juggles a lot of women at once. But trust me, the reason why he's juggling a lot of women at once, same thing as like the Libra male, is because he's looking for that one girl that's it. Like, you know, just that one girl who he could spend the rest of his life with. Okay, just that one girl. So let's say, you know, you're not good in the kitchen and you're not good in bed, but he sees that you're trying, he's going to stick around. What makes a Taurus male leave you, is if you start playing mind games, and you start you know, you start playing mind games, or, you know, you start becoming clingy a little bit too much. You know, you just poured everything out onto the table. And this is going to go into number 5 on how to attract a Taurus male. Do not tell a Taurus male right off the bat how you feel about him. You could tell him bits and pieces, like, yeah, I like you. But don't be that female that's like, oh my God, when we don't talk, I'm always thinking about you. It makes me mad when you, like, don't do that. Don't be that female that just feels the need to just pour her feelings all out onto the table, because he's just going to look at you like, she's weak. Without me, she's a nothing. So I'm out. And let me tell y'all, once we leave, because Tauruses, we read people very, very well. So once we have this perception in our head of that's how you are, That's how you are. And let me tell you, Tauruses, we're not like Libras where we're wrong. Like, because guys, I'm dealing with the Libra guy now. He's just so wrong. I'm just like, boy, bye. But Taurus male, if he can read people very, very good. So if he have it in his head that you're weak without him, he does not want to be with you. Let me tell you, Tauruses, they want, at the end of the day, a Taurus male wants a strong woman that can stand on her own, that's going to not take any crap from him. You know, that doesn't let him walk all over her. You know, that's like, no, we need someone that's just going to stand up to us. If you don't know what I mean, look at Chris Brown and Rihanna's relationship. The reason why, you know, they still kind of mess around a little bit to this day is because Rihanna never really took any of Chris Brown's crap. Okay, she never did. Yeah, you know, they got into that altercation, but after that, like, he still stuck around. Why? Because at the end of the day, Rihanna, she isn't a pushover. Tauruses, if you let us walk all over you, trust me, we're going to walk all over you, and then we're going to get rid of you. That's just how it is. So do not let a Taurus male walk all over you. But yeah, guys, if you guys like this video, do not forget to comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll be back with you soon with another video. So, peace.